Senator Huckabee, you have characterized entitlement reform as both political and economic suicide. Taxpayers currently spend more than $600 billion per year on social welfare programs with the intended goal of getting people back on their feet and working again. Today, a record number of Americans aren't even looking for work. Are our social welfare programs, while well-intended, creating a culture of dependency? If so, how will you fix it?
Well, Senator, first of all, let me mention the fact that I think there's a big difference between welfare programs and what some people call entitlements, namely Social Security and Medicare. I just want to remind everybody out there who's ever had a paycheck, the government didn't ask you if you wanted them to take money out of your check for Social Security and Medicare. They did that involuntarily. Those are not entitlements, and that's not welfare. That's an earned benefit, and by gosh, you paid for it. And if the government screwed it up, you shouldn't have to pay the penalty because of an incompetent government. That's different than the social programs that we've spent $2 trillion on since the war on poverty began exactly 50 years ago this year. Now, the reason we still have so much poverty is because it was never designed to get people out of poverty. It was designed to make sure that there was an industry of poverty so that the people in the poverty industry would have a lot of jobs. But the people who are poor haven't been benefited. Having grown up poor, I know a little something about it. Nobody who is poor wants to be. That's a nonsense statement, and I hear it all the time. Well, poor people ought to work harder. They're working as hard as they can, for God's sake. But the problem is the system keeps pushing them down, because if they work, then they get punished. They lose all the benefits. When we did welfare reform in the 90s, you know what we did? We said, you're not going to lose everything at once. There's not an arbitrary threshold. So as you move up the ladder from work and training, you'll actually always be better off than you were before. That's the American way.
All right. Thank you.